In a small village, surrounded by dusty roads and green rice fields, there lived a boy named Arjun. Every morning before sunrise, while most children were still asleep, Arjun was already awake. He would help his mother fetch water from a faraway hand pump and then assist his father in feeding their two skinny goats. This small mud house leaked whenever it rained, and many nights the family slept hungry. But despite all the hardships, Arjun carried one dream deep inside his heart. He wanted to study more than anything else in the world. Arjun loved school. He loved the smell of chalk, the sound of pages turning, and the feeling of learning something new. Whenever his teacher explained lessons, his eyes sparkled with excitement. But there was one painful problem. He had no books. At the beginning of every school year, students arrived carrying fresh textbooks wrapped carefully in plastic covers. Some even complained about how heavy their bags were. Arjun sat quietly in the corner with an empty bag. His father worked as a daily wage laborer, and some days he returned home without earning anything at all. Buying textbooks were simply impossible. One afternoon, the teacher announced, "Tomorrow everyone must bring the science book." The classroom buzzed with excitement, but Arjun felt fear tightening inside his chest. That evening, he slowly asked his father, "Baba, can we buy the science book this month?" His father lowered his tired eyes. "I'm sorry, son," he whispered. "Maybe later." Arjun forced a smile and nodded, though his heart broke silently. That night, while others studied from bright new book, Arjun sat outside under a weak streetlight near the village shop. He stared at his empty notebook and wondered if dreams were only meant for rich children. Just then, an old newspaper lying near the shop caught his attention. He picked it up carefully. Most people saw trash, but Arjun saw words. From that day onward, he began collecting old newspapers from tea stalls, garbage piles, and roadside shops. He read every article slowly, even when he barely understood the difficult words. Whenever he found something important, he copied it neatly into his notebook. People often laughed at him. "Why are you carrying garbage papers?" Some boys mocked. "Newspapers won't make you scholar," another joked. But Arjun ignored them. Every evening after school, he walked nearly 3 kilometers to a tiny public library in the nearby town. The library was old and dusty, with broken chairs and shelves filled with torn books. Still, to Arjun it felt like a palace full of treasure. Since he could not borrow books home, he created his own method. He would sit quietly for hours, reading one page at a time and writing important notes by hand into old notebooks stitched together from used papers. Sometimes his fingers cramped from writing so much. Sometimes the librarian switched off the lights early. Sometimes hunger made his stomach ache so badly that he could barely focus. Yet he never stopped. One rainy evening, the librarian noticed Arjun is still writing even after everyone had left. "You come here every day," the old woman said gently. "Why do you work so hard?" Arjun looked down shyly. "Because books are expensive," he replied softly. But learning should not stop. The librarian remained silent for a moment. Then she smiled. From the next day onward, she allowed Arjun to stay longer in the library. Sometimes she gave him torn old books that others had thrown away. To Arjun, those damaged books were priceless gifts. Months passed while other students depended completely on textbooks. Arjun developed something unusual. He learned how to truly understand lessons instead of simply memorizing them. He asked questions. He connected ideas from newspapers, library books, and classroom lectures. Slowly, his teachers began noticing him. One day during mathematics class, the teacher asked a difficult question. The classroom fell silent. Then a thin hand rose slowly from the back. It was Arjun. He walked to the blackboard and solved the entire problem perfectly. The teacher stared in surprise. Excellent, he exclaimed. For the first time, the class looked at Arjun with respect instead of pity. But life remained difficult. During exam season, his mother became seriously ill. Medical expenses consumed whatever little money the family had. Arjun started working in the evenings at a tea stall, washing glasses and cleaning tables. Many nights he returned home exhausted. Still, after everyone slept, he opened his notebooks and continued studying under the dim streetlight outside. Some villagers shook their heads. The boy studies too much, they said. Poor children should learn to earn, not dream. But Arjun held into his dream with all his strength. Finally, the district final examination arrived. Students entered the examination hall carrying expensive guidebooks, fancy pens, and bags full of materials. Arjun carried only two pencils and his handwritten notes. As he sat down, fear crept into his mind. What if all his hard work was not enough? What if poverty defeated him again? Then he remembered every night under the street lamp, every page copied by hand, every hungry evening in the library, every sacrifice his parents had made. He closed his eyes for a moment and whispered to himself, I have come too far to give up now. The exams ended, days passed, then weeks. Finally, the result day arrived. The entire village gathered near the school notice board. Students pushed through the crowd, searching nervously for their names. Suddenly, someone shouted loudly, Arjun is first. The crowd froze. First in the entire district. For a moment, Arjun could not believe it. His hands trembled as fears filled his eyes. His mother began crying. His father stood speechless, pride shining in his tired face. Even the boys who once mocked him stared in disbelief. The principal called Arjun onto the stage during the school celebration. Holding back tears, he asked, How did you achieve this without even having textbooks? Arjun looked at the audience quietly before answering. I learned that education does not belong only to people with money, he said. If someone truly wants to learn, they will find a way. The hall erupted into applause. Years later, Arjun earned scholarships and continued his education in the city. Eventually, he became a respected teacher, known for helping poor children continue their studies. But he never forgot the street light, the old newspaper, or the tiny, dusty library that once protected his dream. Whenever students complained about small difficulties, he would smile gently and say, Books are valuable, schools are valuable, money is valuable, but none of them are more powerful than the determination to learn. And his story spread far beyond the village, inspiring countless children to believe that even the poorest hands can hold the brightest future. A strong desire to learn is more powerful than money. Poverty can slow down a dream, but it cannot stop a determined heart.